They fined me $500 a day just for fishing off my own dock. Said my pontoon boat was an eyesore, that it didn't meet the HOA's visual standards. I mean, really. After everything I'd been through, combat tours, rebuilding my life, they thought some faded paint and an old engine made me a threat to neighborhood harmony. That was their first mistake. I'm Ethan Rhodes' Marine vet, cybersecurity consultant, and someone who's not great at backing down, especially when I know I'm right. I bought this house in Willow Shores for peace. It wasn't flashy, just a small ranch on the lake, perfect for early morning fishing. My boat, the Seer Grace, was old shore, but I rebuilt her myself. She kept my head quiet, helped me sleep. But to Brenda Callahan, queen of the HOA, it didn't fit the image she was curating. She saw it, and saw a problem. I saw it, and saw therapy. The letter she sent was ridiculous. Something about industrial aesthetic violations and community harmony. I responded the way I was trained. Precise calm, stacked with evidence. Medical records for PTSD therapy. Bylaw loopholes. Even photos from the community brochure showing older boats. But Brenda wasn't after fairness. She was after control. The emergency board meeting she called 2 days later made that crystal clear. She stood up front like a judge with her smirk and her clipboard and got the board to vote my boat out, even though it technically met all the guidelines. One guy spoke up, said this set a dangerous precedent, but Brenda shot him a glare that could strip paint. That was the moment I stopped defending and started strategizing. I quietly met other residents Brenda had gone after, a black teacher whose grandkids made too much noise, an elderly vet, whose flower beds weren't symmetrical, even a quiet immigrant family with wind chimes. One by one, she pushed them out. I wasn't just her next target, I was her challenge. That's when Javier entered the picture. Navy medic 3 doors down. He introduced me to a group of vets who'd been watching Brenda's reign of terror for years. Pam, a sharp former JAG officer. Cole, a grounded pilot with a sharp wit. And Renee, a widow, who knew the bylaws better than the people who wrote them. We started documenting. Patterns. Harassment. Every misstep. And then came the twist. Turns out Brenda's brother-in-law, Greg, owned the only marina nearby, and they hated each other. Legal feuds, inheritance drama, years of bitterness. The marina was underwater figuratively, and Greg was about to lose it. I reached out, offered to buy in, help him stabilize it. He agreed. Just like that, I had leveraged partial control over the only lake access point for the entire community. Brenda was still fining me. When I announced the new marina contract, HOA access fee was going up from $70,000 to $350,000 a year. Tiered memberships for families, discounts for vets, or they could lose all lake access. Her fury. Oh, it was Olympic level. She called another emergency meeting, accused me of extortion. Her lawyer threatened lawsuits. The board didn't bite. Some of them were already fed up. That's when Brenda escalated again, this time with smear tactics. Flyers in mailboxes warning neighbors about my PTSD, calling me unstable. Racial dog whistles, mental health scare language. It was disgusting. But then she crossed the line. She had Seer Grace towed, called it abandoned property. $15,000 in fine storage fees just to get back what was mine. I stood in that tow yard, fists clenched, heart pounding like mortar fire. And there was Javier. Didn't say a word, just stood beside me, bottle of water in hand, keeping me grounded. That night, I made the call. Bought Greg out entirely. Full ownership of the Marina. I poured money into renovations, hired vets for staff-installed security cameras. Then I opened it up, barbecue, boat rides, fishing for the kids. The community showed up in droves. It wasn't about boats anymore. It was about belonging. Then came the final move, a contract renewal notice to the HOA. 30 days. Sign the new lake access agreement or lose it all. Brenda tried a midnight negotiation. I told her politely that all conversations now go through my lawyer. At the official vote, Brenda arrived with a small army of attorneys. I came with a single folder, a steady voice and neighbors who'd had enough. The board voted 4-1 in favor. Her grip cracked wide open. 1 week later, she lost her seat. We held a celebration at the Marina. Laughter echoed across the docks. The same docks that had once divided us now brought everyone together. 6 months passed. No more fines. No more fear. The Marina thrived. We added a veterans memorial, fishing classes for kids, even community movie nights. And in a final poetic twist, Brenda got slapped with embezzlement charges for mishandling HOA funds. Her sentence, community service. And where did she end up scrubbing restrooms? My Marina. Yeah, that happened. Sometimes justice doesn't come with a gavel. It comes with ownership papers and a new set of dock rules. But now I want to hear from you. Have you ever been targeted by someone in power who just wouldn't let go? Would you have pushed back like I did, or walked away? Let me know in the comments, because sometimes the best way to fight back is to buy the battlefield.